Hey guys, what's up? It is the Teeyaskippper here, and I am so happy to be doing videos again. The school year is over, so I have a bit more time to get back to what I love to do. So we're gonna get right into today's topic, okay? I wrote notes and everything, child, because I want to make sure that I hit everything that I thought about when it came to this topic. So the topic for today is, this is why you don't want to take care of yourself. This topic came about, what happens when you like somebody or when you're in love with somebody? How do you carry them in your spirit? Number one, you carry them in your spirit. You're always thinking about them. You're always thinking about how can you make their life better? How can you help them? Assuming that you're a good person and that you're a giver, I can naturally exert that mental energy, that critical thinking for other people's lives, for people that I love or that I like or that I care about. But I was noticing that I wasn't expending that same amount of energy toward myself. And I was like, why? Why is it that it's hard for me to think about my own self and my own needs, but I could think about this person all day long? Why is it that it's hard for me to center myself and put myself as the main character in my life, but I can very easily make somebody else the apple of my eye? That's what we're gonna talk about today, okay? So I wrote down, I didn't number them because probably it would be too many to number. So I just wrote down different reasons why you don't want to take care of yourself, okay? The first one is, the reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because it's a lot of work. It's easier to help people with their life and their tasks because the truth is, at the end of the day, it's their life. So anything you did was additional. Anything that comes to really, if it comes down to blaming something not going right, it falls on them. It doesn't really fall on you. And also, you don't feel as much pressure because this isn't your life, it's somebody else's that you're adding on to. When you spend so much time helping people or focusing on other people's lives and what they need to do, the work that you need to do on yourself is piling up. And so by the time you really sit and say, okay, what is it that I need to work on? You're probably overwhelmed because it's a lot of stuff you need to work on. There's been a lot of neglect going on while you was running trying to help somebody else with their to-do list. Now, let me make this disclaimer. This is not to say that you shouldn't be a loving person or help other people or any of those things. Absolutely do that. But don't do that and not do your work. And don't think that just because you've helped someone else that absolves you from the responsibility of yourself. It does not. So the first reason why you don't take care of yourself is because it's a lot of work. Once you pay attention to all that you have neglected, it's easy to get overwhelmed with where to start because your work has added up in terms of what you need to do concerning you. Which brings me to my next point, years of neglect. So it's easy not to take care of yourself because when you look at the neglect that has accumulated over the years, this is an expensive job, which is one of my points too. This job is not as easy as how you want to help somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you helping somebody else with something, say for instance, somebody need help moving, right? Now, you know you're supposed to be looking for a place. You know you're supposed to be getting your stuff in order, but you help somebody move. You can see, okay, let me see where it is I want to help you. Okay, I can help you with this, but you're not paying for the movers. You're not paying for the boxes. You're not paying for the new place that they moving into. All you're doing is helping throw something in the box, if that, or putting it on a truck. That costs you nothing but energy. But when it comes to you and what you need to do, not only do you need the energy to move the things you need to move, you need the finances to pay for it. I'm gonna keep going because I'm getting into my points a little early. The next reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because it would cause you to have to withdraw from things you want to be a part of. Baby, you don't want to take care of yourself because it will cause you to have to withdraw from the very things you want to be a part of. As what we all know is FOMO, the fear of missing out. Because when it comes down to doing your work, you got to decide what place you're going to be in. If my work is here, if a part of my work is finishing my book, I can't finish my book at the hookah lounge. You could try. Not saying you couldn't get a couple couple notes down in your notes app. But the focused, still work that you need to do, you have to pick a space to do that. You have to pick a space that's conducive for the work that you need to do. And a lot of times the things that we want to do is not in alignment or does not present the environment for what we need to do. So you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing because you want to go kick it, because you want company, because you don't want to miss out on nothing, because you said this was going to be your summer where you outside. And this could have been your summer where you outside. And it partially could be your summer where you outside. But the truth is, there's a lot of inside. Come on, somebody. There's a lot of inside work that needs to happen that you're not doing. And it's because you don't want to miss out on what's going on the outside, even though the inside is imploding. Yep, next point. The next point, another reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because it is expensive. And you would have to redirect your financial priorities. The reason why you keep putting it off, boo, this goes back to my point on neglect. The reason why you keep putting it off is because it's expensive now. There's a lot of work you need to get done, and it costs. All the ideas, all of the trauma you've been through, all of the things you need to maybe take care of within your body, that costs. And right now, you may want to spend your money on extracurricular things. You may want to spend your money on fast food. You may want to go spend your money on shopping and clothes and making sure you fly for the summer. But if you really were to take care of yourself and what you need to do, that money might be going to other places you don't want to spend it on. So you're not taking care of yourself because you know it's going to cost you to do that. It's going to cost money, and the money that you have, you want to spend it otherwise. You don't want to spend it in a dedicated way that would actually help you. Next point. The reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because this may mean singleness. Ooh. This may mean singleness, boo. So just like this may mean you have to withdraw from the things that you want to be a part of, this also may mean you got to sit in, I don't want to say time out, but you got to take a time out from dating and from relationships. It's some things you need to work out with you. It's still some behaviors and things that you know about yourself that does not produce a healthy relationship. Now, in the past, you may have dated somebody that was more toxic than you, so your stuff didn't really show as much. But if you actually get the opportunity to date somebody that you've been praying for, or that you really want, or that's on your list, I guarantee you the person who's going to be the new toxic variable here might be you. So one of the reasons why you don't want to take care of yourself is because you don't want to be alone. You don't want to feel the cold or the hot emotions and feelings that you've been running away from by padding it with company of friends or men or women or whoever, whatever your preference is. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when you know you lost, you're confused, you don't know which way you're going, you can't remember where you came from, you don't know who you are anymore. When you got more question marks than anything, that's not a time to bring in a lot of people. That's a time to get still and figure out what's going on with you. Next point. Another reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because you feel overwhelmed. I hit this already, but you feel overwhelmed. It's been a lot of neglect going on. So by the time you look at all the stuff you need to work on, it's like, damn, I can't even afford it, right? Like, you can't even, if you really assess all the damage, you need a loan just to help yourself. I'm gonna move on. Another reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because it requires honesty. You may not be ready to be that honest yet. Being honest, it requires, first of all, to do any of these things that I've listed, requires you to be able to be honest. Should I be outside right now? Should I be entertaining this person, this place, this thing? Should I be spending my money on this? It requires you to be honest. And because you're not willing or ready yet to look at yourself as you are and to take care of the things you need to take care of, that's why you're not doing it. You're still lying. And maybe you don't think you're lying to yourself. Maybe you're still selling yourself a dream. Maybe you're still selling yourself a fantasy that if you keep doing external work, somehow it'll transfer into internal work. Maybe you still believe that if you keep investing in other people's life, that'll somehow turn into the work you're supposed to be doing inside your own life. But once you're ready to wake up from that dream and you realize that what you do for others does not translate into what you still must do for yourself, you'll be ready to do the work. Moving along. The reason why you're not taking care of yourself is because it would equal new boundaries and new people. What voice man say? It's so hard to say goodbye. You don't want to. What's that voice? Yes, it was. You don't want to say goodbye. You listen. A part of taking care of yourself, once you start really looking at, okay, what do I need to do? What's going on with me? What needs to happen? It exposes the people, places, and things and ways that has allowed this damage and neglect over the years. And so as you start to correct those things, you start to realize what boundaries need to be put in place, what people were the causation or made it easy for you to fall or stumble in certain areas, which means that you would have to start repositioning people or letting go of people and putting new boundaries in place so that this area can stay secure. You may not be ready to let those people go yet. You still may be under the act that you can change them, change yourself, change the conversation, change everything but the people. You still may be thinking that. You still may be thinking that you can nice your way into people treating you respectfully. You still may be thinking you can give your way into people valuing you. You still may think that you can support and loyal your way into people treating you with respect and giving you a position in their life. Whenever you come to the end of that, your work is waiting on you. Next, another reason why you don't want to take care of yourself is because you'll need more than you to fix it. This is good. When you really start looking at what you need to work on with yourself, you will simultaneously realize you need more than you to fix it. I wish self-help was the only thing. I wish, baby, I'd have been good and done on a lot of stuff if I could just read a book and help myself. If I could just go ahead with my own self-diagnosis and take my own advice and just be a complete self-starter, complete self-motivated, complete self-accountability. It would be cheaper. And a lot of us have not done the work we need to do because you're still going the cheap route. You're still trying to fix everything. But when you really get serious and you look at what is going on with your life, you realize it takes more than you to fix it. Let me give you some ideas. So if your life has gone through all of this neglect, you have never really had a you season where you're working on the things you need to work on, addressing the things you need to address, being honest about the things you need to be honest about, taking care of your body and yourself. Let me tell you the list of people you may need outside of you. You may need a therapist. That costs money. You may need a dentist because you've neglected your dental hygiene. You may need a doctor. You may need a trainer. You may need an optometrist. You know you need glasses. You driving around here squinting and driving by faith. No, you can't see. You might need movers because it's time to move. You can't move all this furniture by yourself. You live on a 3rd floor with no elevator. Come on, somebody. You might need a mentor. You might need credit repair. You may need a dermatologist to get your skin together. You may need some type of specialist. I just named a lot of other people who have different degrees than you have. So another reason why you have not taken care of yourself is because you have not fully opened yourself to other people helping you. It may be for financial reasons, and I understand you can only do what you can do at the moment, but there are times we can do more than what we're doing. We just don't want to expose ourselves to more help than us. We just want to talk to our friends about it or an immediate circle about it. You need to talk to a specialist. You need to go get them glasses so you don't run over somebody's child. You understand? You need to go to the doctor to make sure that your blood pressure is okay. You need to start to sit in other people's chairs who know more about how to help you than you know how to help yourself. That'll preach. That'll preach. Next. Another reason why you don't take care of yourself is because currently it's cheaper not to. It's cheaper not to. You see all these people I just named? All of them got a copay. Not all of them, but it costs. It costs to take care of you. But don't get it misconstrued. It also costs not to take care of yourself. Though that bill comes later, it still comes due. Next, another reason why you don't take care of yourself is because you may not want to feel grief or do the forgiveness work. Once you look at what you've allowed to happen or what's been neglected, sometimes you can kick yourself like, why did I allow this? Why didn't I take care of myself? Or when you sit in the doctor's office and they give you a report you don't want or that you could have prohibited, it's easy for the guilt and stuff to sink in. Or when you start to do the self-work, you realize you haven't fully processed things that you lost long ago. You haven't processed the grief from things that you've gone through. And so you don't do the self-work because you're avoiding the emotions and the feelings you don't want to feel or don't know how to feel properly. I get it, boo, but you got to do your work. And this is the last one I have. The last reason why you don't take care of yourself is because you are tired of trying to fix yourself and you don't really think that you can change. You have not focused on taking care of yourself because there are times or portions in your life where you did try, but you feel like you reverted back to the bad behavior, or you lost a little bit of weight and gained it all back and some, or you just feel like you failed at it. Or it just feel like you keep attempting to get better in a certain area that you keep falling in. And so it ends up feeling like, well, what's the point? I've tried to focus on myself before. I've had seasons where I declared this is my single season, this is my me season, and I still couldn't find a way to make myself the center of my own life. I still could not find a way to make myself the main character of my life. I tried to put me first and it didn't feel like nothing. I tried to put me first and I still didn't feel like I loved myself. I tried to buy the clothes and buy the makeup or buy certain things to make myself feel better. I bought the car, I got a new place, I still feel the same way. So why should I do all this work just to feel the same? Go back and rewatch everything I said, because 9 out of 10 times it's because you need more than you to help you work on you. But you can only bring in those people once you focus on you. You've been the help to everybody and you can still help people, but you need to call a meeting for you. We're calling a meeting for Teeya to sit down. I need everybody to sit down because we need to diagnose and go over what Teeya needs to be successful this year. Who we need to pay, who we need to bring in to do this rollout. That's what you need to do, boo. It's not for naught. You can change, you will change, but that will not change until you make yourself a priority. You have to take care of yourself, and that may mean stepping away from some things you don't want to step away from. You got to do a hard thing, to do a loving thing for yourself, to put yourself in a better place. And not just a temporary better place. I mean a better place. So that no matter what comes or goes, if it rain or snow, child, you like and love the very thing you worked on, okay? I love y'all and I'll see y'all in my next video. Take care of yourself, please. I'm working on it myself, child.